South African citizen who is worried with what is going on with the Senzo's case. 1, if the case starts at 10 a.m., that will be an exception than a rule. 2, notwithstanding the fact that the proceedings would have started at 10 or even 10:45, there will be a request for a short adjournment at 11:15. 3, the said short adjournment will be meant to take 15 minutes, but same will take up to 25 minutes or so. 4, and then at 1 o'clock, 1300 hours, there will be a request for a long adjournment until 1400 hours, that is 2 o'clock. And this must take 15 more minutes. 5, at 3 o'clock or 3:30 latest, there will be a request for an adjournment for the day. And then of course it talks about, JP, what are the standing orders regarding hours that needs to be spent at high courts? Have we forgotten that there are families that need closure, both the bereaved and the suspects? At this rate, how much more will the said families and interested people have to wait before the outcome is known? Senzo's father passed on without knowing who killed his son. His mother too is not young anymore, and it looks like the same fate is awaiting her. I am hereby pleading for your intervention in this regard. You know, the JP sent this thing to me on Friday at home. He says, well, I trust you are well, meaning me, Ratha. Please see correspondence below for your attention. You know what X me? This guy is basically saying we don't work.
Well, he's entitled to his opinion.
No, but he mustn't then write this thing. He must, because the JP, it says it's for my attention. This gentleman says, once you have got in here at 10 o'clock, you must get out at 4 o'clock. You mustn't even go to the toilet.
That's what they say.
Yeah. You mustn't go to the toilet. You mustn't go for tea. You mustn't be sick. And then also he's basically saying,
Doesn't understand.
yeah, no, I know he doesn't. But you see, this is what happens in this country of ours. He doesn't understand that if you call a witness, Mr. Baloi, like Steenkamp from George, if he misses a plane, we are just in a bad situation. We have to start when he comes at 11. You see, now he doesn't even understand that there are prisoners here who must be processed at Mampuru, Leokop, and Modabi. With him, everybody must be here at 10. I think he must be a president of South Africa because...
Well, in the perfect world, everything works, according to clockwork, but, there are some inherent problems, like the accused haven't arrived.
Yeah, that's it. Like Mr. Ngomezulu was sick here in court. He says, no, once he's sick, you must push on. It's his business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically push on Jalo Muslimun.
And, witnesses get tired. They need to
take
a refresher break. Yes. Yeah.
The lady who was having flu, when she was giving evidence, even trying.
Yes.
According to this guy, if we say she must go and attend to her health to a doctor, we are wasting time. She must push on. Like Brigadier Gininda now is writing exams. According to this gentleman, you are not supposed to write exams.
Well.
You must just come here at 10 and get out at 4. No, it just X me. You can accuse me of anything but checking work. I can tell you, other judges, for instance, they would have insisted if they're retired like me, because the regulations say if you're staying more than 50 kilometers from court, the government must give you a car. And the government must give you a chauffeur. And in a case like this, they would also give you a security. I drive myself here every day. And then here's this gentleman, notice here, just read it to the record.
And the reason why we are adjourning 3:30 is on record is for security reasons. We can't see beyond 3:30.
Like if one of your clients says he wants a comfort break, according to this gentleman, no, I must refuse. Or if one of your clients, like the other day, I think Mr. Mamalo's client, I don't remember well, was sick. And we had to attend because he had to be attended by a doctor. But this gentleman says, that mustn't happen. No, but he says, once singene lango 10. You don't go for tea, you don't go for lunch, you don't go for comfort breaks. You press on. Because if I tell you this thing, if I don't show you this letter, you'll think I'm making up the story. And I'm sure even recess, we must plow on.
Now, one of the accused is not that here, accused number 1.
And I hope this gentleman is here in court. If he's here in court, I wish he can stand up and tell us why he says we are not working. Because it's basically saying we're not working. Now give it to the press also. Let him read. Hold on. The reporter behind you. Hi, Nisi. Niga, press.
Adam Nisi.
Yeah, how is Adam Nisi? No, give him that. Give him that. He must read it. Oh. No, this is unfair. You know, we've spent so much time pushing this case. And we're now being accused of dereliction of duty, of being lazy, of being obstreperous.
I mean, we're almost on the last witness for the state. I mean, this shows we've been through a trial within a trial, 5 accused,
Doesn't care.
5 legal representatives.
No, that doesn't matter. And the JP doesn't know that I have publicized this letter in court. But me being me, I thought it's proper to do it so that people must know that there are other people here who say we must not have any humanitarian rights. I mustn't go to tea, I mustn't have lunch, no comfort break. Once you are in, you are in. If a witness who flies from George or East London is supposed to come here, he's left by the plane, he must be here at 10. If he's not here, I don't know what should we do. We mustn't start. Or what? Or start with another witness.
I think my lord, proper justice cannot be measured in terms of time.
No.
Proper justice depends on what is convenient for the parties.
Yeah, quite.
And that's how justice is dispensed. And not according to what is contained in the letter.
Yeah, just interpret it for the...
Kunomuntu la kunesikhathi esiningi yena sokuthi abhale nje ngoba kusekhanda yena. So ubhekeleke umengameli wamajaji ethi yena ke ukhathazekile indlela esebenza. Phofu kuyakade indlela esebenza ngayo ngoba uthi ke asisebenzi. Uthi uma singenile la kunama 15 minutes athathwayo, kunama hour athathwayo ngamaningi nje uthi nje yena akusetshenzwa la kule nkantolo. Akaziwa ke ukuthi ubani kodwa nje umuntu uthathe isikhathi sakhe ke esiningi anaso wabhala ke konke lokhu abhalile la ukhalela la uma kuphunyiwe ngo1 kuzokuya ngo2 kuzoqedwa ngo3 noma ngo3:30 kuyaphunywa ngo11:15 kuzobunywa ngo30 noma ke emuva kwalokho ngithi nje angazi kodwa umuntu nje obhale yonke lento.
Now he's got his name there, but that one he won't publicize.
No, that one.
And basically, he doesn't even know that sometimes we plow through the tea break. He says when I go for the tea break, I come after 25 minutes. I don't know. If at all, I come back. Like the other day, your clients were not Ms. Mshololo and Mr. Mr. Nisi. We had to give them time to consult with their advocates for the application against the correctional services. According to this gentleman, I shouldn't do that.
Yes. And that turned out by law to be in the best interest of accused number 3 because the application was granted
I'm just saying.
in his favor.
Yeah. But he says we start at 10 and we get out at 4. No lunch, no tea break, no comfort break, nothing. No being sick. Otherwise, we don't work. He doesn't know Sifuna. Where's that thing? Me, you can accuse me of everything except being lazy. You know, I'm the only judge in this division here and in Joburg. During COVID, I was in the criminal court alone. I never took time. There were judges who were saying during COVID, they're postponing the matter, etc., because as you know, during COVID, the cases, you can't run them virtually. You've got to be physically in court. I was here 3 years, not even a day off during COVID. Anyway, where's that note?
The wife is going to bring it.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Some people think these proceedings are for entertainment, and to keep them busy, and not forgetting that we're here to see that justice is done.
Yeah, okay.
And as you said, you can't
Are we all
really
here now?
measure that in terms of time.
What time is it?
It's 10:15.
Okay, we're 15 minutes late.
But we're here at just before 10, and accused number 1 has just arrived.
Yeah.
My lord, when we adjourned on Friday,
Yeah.
Mr. Ramsipil was about to start cross-examining on Exhibit A198. It's the affidavit of Brigadier Gininda, dated the 3rd of commissioned on the 23rd of October 2020, and the court wanted to find out if or why the page number is on the record. We looked at the record, my lord, and as we pointed out, the affidavit is already on record as Exhibit ZZ.
That's it, yeah.
And the relevant page of the record is page 33 of the proceedings of the 22nd of January 2024.
Okay.
It was canvassed from page 33 on the 22nd of January 2024 up until page 44 of the record of the 22nd of January 2024. Then just one last aspect, my lord, to correct the record. I think Mr. Ramsipili put it to Brigadier Gininda. He remarked that Brigadier Gininda was mentioning Mr. Absalom Zungu, that is now the father of Constable Zungu, for the first time in evidence in chief. If my memory, I hope I'm not misquoting Mr. Ramsipili. But during the proceedings of the 29th of November 2023 at page 43, and we're just merely correcting the record, my lord.
Okay, yeah.
The following was said at line 13 during cross-examination by Mr. Mgomezulu. Now, I understand the logic of your answer, but the question still stands. When he was arrested on there is now with reference to accused number 1.
Yeah.
When he was arrested on the 30th, on the J50, let me say, before he was approached by Sergeant Mohola and Sadiq and Butelezi, the state had no evidence against him until such time accused 1 made the confession. Then Brigadier Gininda answered, I disagree, my lord. It is what I am saying. For one to focus on a specific individual, there must be a basis in the form of a statement or intelligence or a source saying this person committed this crime. So you cannot just go and question a person when there is no basis for that person being implicated. Then on page 44, starting from line 1, in fact from the previous page, the last page, Mr. Mgomezulu, yes, those are the links towards obtaining what you are saying, but what I am saying, the evidence at that time before his arrest dependent on the information of the informer, is that so? Then Brigadier Gininda answered, no, that is not what I'm saying. I am saying, my lord, when you approach someone, you have to have a base, whether it is information from the source or a statement making certain allegations. All that I'm saying is that there was a reason for us to focus on Mr. Sibiya. So I'm not saying it is a source, because I am now getting the impression as if I'm saying there is a source. And now follows the important part. There is a statement, my lord, in the docket which we disclose to the defense of Mr. Absalom Zongo. It is clearly implicating accused 1 and 2 in this matter, and that is what led us to focus on accused 1 and 2. Then Mr. Mgomezulu, Absalom Zungu, as you say, his statement is here, it is discovered. Then finally on page 45, Brigadier Gininda states the following from line 2. There was a base as to why we approached accused 1, because in that statement of this particular person, accused 1 and 2 are implicated as being involved specifically in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. That is all that we just wanted to correct the record. As a court basis.
Are you satisfied with that, Mr. Ramsipili?
As the court basis, my lord, indeed, and in fact on Friday when we left, we even canvassed this, and the brigadier repeated exactly the same utterances now.
Yeah, okay.
So I accept.
Mshushu sebefunda ke ubufakazi bange 29 kaNovember kunyaka ondlule la asho khona ukuthi ngoba uMr Msipile beshilo ke ubufakazi ukuthi bekuqala ekhuluma lana ke ngestatement esathu Axel Mzungu kodwa ke kulokho oqeda ufundwa manje kuyatholakala ukuthi ngoNovember ke kunyaka ondlule ngazo i29 lezi bakubona ke ubufakazi bakhe ehlonywa imibuzo yena ke uMr Ngomezulu la akhuluma khona ke ngestatement esakhe Axel Mzungu la asisho khona ke statement ukuthi ke sikhuluma ngaye umsolo wokuqala kanye nowesibili.
As the court pleases, Madam, may I proceed?
Yeah, you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam. Morning, Brigadier.
Morning, Mr. Ramsey.
Now, Brigadier, as I said on Friday, that I have reserved my cross-examination on HH1, which is the annexure to HH, a statement obtained by Colonel Rapadu, and JJ1, a statement obtained by Ms. Grenier, the magistrate at the Boksburg Magistrates Court. And I want to interrogate both statements for what I term markers of reliability and or markers of unreliability, right? Now, let's start by examining Exhibit HH1, which will be the annexure to the statement by...
Just reminded me that
Okay.
he was not reminded about the oath. So
Also, sorry, it's fine.
just reminded me that
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Noted, my lord. Yes.
Okay. So we're starting with Exhibit HH1, the annexure to the pro forma of Lieutenant Colonel Rapadu,
Yes.
obtained on the 19th of June 2020 at Moroka Police Station.
Yes, my lord. I have it in front of me.
And it starts by saying, during mid-October 2014, I received a call from a friend, Uthukuthele, and who was with Mapisa. You see that? Because I want us to take line by line.
Yes, but mine starts on top. Where
No, so the one that says, I Bongane.
Yes, that's where it starts.
Yes, it starts there, but I've just gone back to the content.
Well, you want us to go straight to the content?
Yes.
All right. Yes, I do see the second paragraph. So.
Now it says,
ngiyabona ke la isho yokhona ukuthi ke maphakathi no-October 2014 ngathola ucingo ke kumngane umthokoziseni.
so it says during mid-October 2014. And the point that I want to raise with you is this. In your testimony, you stated that when you spoke to accused number 2 at Carltonville, without any prompting, he knew the date of the 26th of October 2014. Do you recall that evidence?
I do recall that evidence, my lord.
Yebo ngiyakhumbula ubufakazi la ngishilo khona ukuthi nkathi ngikhuluma naye umsolo wesibili eCarltonville ngingambuzanga noma ngashongo lutho nje yena ke wakhumbula ke ilanga la nge-26 October 2014 ngiyakhumbula ngikusho lokho.
And even Sergeant Mohani testified the same way to say, I was surprised that accused number 2 knew of the date of the 26th of October without any prompting. But now the point that I'm raising is that in this statement it says, during mid-October 2014, and that's on the 19th, the first statement, you can see there that he's not unsure about the date, because if he knew the date, he was going to say on or about the 26th of October. I received a call from a friend, Uthukuthele, who was with Mapisa. You see that?
Yes, I see that, my lord. But the context of how we got to the date of the 26th of October 2014, that surprised my lord, came after I've put to him, and that's the part I said the last time, that I placed it to him that I have a reason to believe, information that gives me a reason to believe that he was involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. So there were specifics that we put to him. The name of Senzo Meyiwa was mentioned to him, my lord, but I didn't give him a date. And his response that surprised me is that he then gave me the date. He said, no, I was not involved because on this day, this is the date now where the 26th comes in, I was at work. But there was a context that was put in terms of the name of the deceased.
Uyabona ke lana ngoba wena ke ubufakazi bakho ngoba ke naye ke uSergeant Mohani washo ukuthi ke engabuzwanga noma engatshelwanga nge-26 umsolo wesibili wavele yena ke washo ke kodwa lana kubhaliwe ukuthi maphakathi ke nendawo ke na ke October ka 2014 okusho ukuthi ke nalana ke isiqiniseko wayengenaso kodwa ke uma enikeza ngaleyo date leyo yange 26 ka October kunemininingwane ke noma ke kunalokho engakusho kuyena ngathi nginesizathu ke sokholelwa noma ke ngine information enginayo yokuthi ke wena ke wawune nganyeke ekulaweni kwakho Senzo Meyiwa yila khona ke azothi yena cha nge-26 ka October 2014 mina cha ngangisendaweni ethize noma ngangisemsebenzini.
Sorry, just from my understanding.
Yes.
This imputation about the date, it comes from whom?
That was my next
No,
question.
because I thought you were first dealing with HH.
It is HH, madam.
And who's it's for in respect of accused number?
Accused number 2.
Number 2. Okay,
Yes.
fine. All right.
And Brigadier, talking about context, my instructions and accused number 2 will tell the court that the context of him talking about the specific date of the 26th of October 2014 is that when you approached him, you asked him where he was on the 26th of October 2014. Hence, this date of the 26th came about. He was replying in the context of you mentioning the date specifically.
No, That's not correct, my lord. Look, if the question was put like that, my lord, I have no reason to change it, because the essence of what became of that discussion is that he said he was at work, and I followed that alibi. So I didn't put a date to him. I only put the allegation that I have a reason to believe that he was involved in this matter. He responded with a date. Had I given him a date, my lord, I'll indicate that I gave him the date, and we would have followed his alibi if the answer would have been the alibi that he gave us, which was not correct, my lord.
Uma kuwukuthi mina-ke kulokhu kushiwo-ke manje ukuthi-ke ukuthi umsolo wesibili aphendule ngaleyo ndlela-ke ukuthi yena-ke 26 October 2014 wayesemsebenzini kungoba ngambuza-ke mina ukuthi wayekuphi-ke nge-26 cha umbuzo-ke angizange ngibeke ngaleyo ndlela-ke ukuthi nje ngasho-ke nako ukuthi nesizathu sokuthi ngikholelweke ukuthi wayeyingxenye-ke ekulawini kwakhe-ke uSenzo yena-ke osezonikeza ngedate hayi ukuthi mina-ke nganikeza ngayo idate. Uma kuwukuthi ngangisho kanjalo bengizokusho-ke lokho.
Sorry, for the context, Mr. Ramsipin.
Yes.
Are you traversing the statement of the confession of accused number 2?
Yes.
When it says, the first sentence, it says what? During May.
During mid-October.
During October.
Mid-October.
Mid-October.
Mid-October 2014.
But then you see why I don't understand the context as you're putting it. Who was the magistrate or the colonel who wrote that statement?
Lieutenant
It was
Colonel
Colonel
Ratha.
Right.
Yes.
It's different if it is written by the brigadier himself.
Correct.
Are you with me?
I am.
Yeah, how will, yeah, that's the context.
Right. Now, accused number 2 will deny as well that he had a friend that is called Uthukuthele. And we now know, even from these proceedings, that the person that is known as Uthukuthele, it's Mapisa. But in the statement it says, I was with Uthukuthele, I was called by Uthukuthele, who was with Mapisa.
Yes.
My lord, the statement was taken by Lieutenant Colonel Rapadu, and that was the interaction. So this is what is contained in the discussion between him and Lieutenant Colonel Rapadu.
Umsolo wesibili-ke uzophika-ke ukuthi yena-ke unomnganyeko ogama lakhe liwuMthokoziseni, futhi-ke nanjengoba icala leli liqhubeka-ke sesiyazi-ke manje ukuthi-ke umthokoziseni Maphisa, kodwa la kubhalwe ukuthi-ke ngathola ucingo olubuya kumngane owuMthokoziseni owaye kanye naye uMaphisa. Uthi mayiphendula-ke ukuthi lana umsolo wayekhuluma naye uKolonel Rapadu ikona-ke okwenzekako lokhu bekhuluma kubhalwe ngale ndlela.
And I do not have evidence, my lord, to say this person, this Uthukuthele, does not exist, because no ID number or phone number were given, my lord.
Anginabo-ke nobufakazi ukuthi lo muntu obhalwe la owuMthokoziseni akekho noma-ke akaphili ngoba-ke akukho-ke inamba yakhe noma-ke i-ID number ekhona ebhaliwe la.
And that was going to be my next question. That's why I've always said to you, do not anticipate the next question. Just finish your answer and wait for the question to be asked. Because if you answer in that manner, my intention is to finish my course today, but we won't finish.
Noted.
So my question, as a lead IO, based on the statement and the mentioning of the name, Uthukuthele and Mapisa, did you then follow up on that evidence for investigative purposes to find out who these persons were that were mentioned there?
Yes, I did, my lord. I did not find, as I said, there's no ID number or phone number that can bring closer. There's not even a surname. So I did follow up, and Mapisa is accused for, as I indicated, that is a name that is associated with the person being mentioned. Uthukuthele is the one that I could associate. I could not associate with anyone, my lord, as being a friend.
Umthokoziseni lona-ke obhaliwe lana njengomngane-ke yebo-ke ngilandeleleke kodwa-ke nanje bangishilo-ke ukuthi akuna ID number akuna number lana umuntu angaxhumana naye-ke kuyona noma isibongo-ke kodwa uMaphisa ngishilo-ke ukuthi-ke igama-ke lelo elihlanganiswa naye-ke umsolwa wesine kodwa-ke umthokoziseni lena angimtholanga.
And you have also testified, Brigadier, that the name Mapisa had already come up during the investigation by other officers before you came as an investigator in this matter, correct?
That is correct, my lord.
Ubusushilo-ke ukuthi igama leli likaMaphisa-ke igama ebeselivelile-ke nangaphambilini kwelinye ithimba-ke leli elaliphambi kwenu-ke elaliphenya yebo kuyiqiniso lokho.
And would you have a statement in the docket relating to this aspect of the name of Mapisa coming up, having been followed, and what happened after that?
Yes, there is a statement by the previous IO, Lieutenant Colonel Meyiwa, it's in the docket to that effect. I approach it because, as I said, when I saw the name, it was just on the investigation diary, but it was clear what is contained. And I approached the previous investigating officer, the initial one, and she disposed an affidavit to that effect. It is available, madam.
Ingaba sikhona yini-ke istatement-ke esikhuluma ngalo lo daba lolo-ke mayelana-ke negama leli uMaphisa yebo sikhona-ke ngaya kuyena-ke owayephenya-ke icala uLieutenant Colonel Mthethwa futhi-ke wasenza istatement mayelana nalokho siyingxenye yedokodo.
No, sorry. But was it this statement? Was it discovered?
That's what I was saying.
Yes,
To the defense.
Indeed, my lord, it was discovered in the docket because it was collected by me before I even came to testify. I'll even find the index number and give it to them. It was discovered, my lord.
Siyingxenye-ke sikhona abameli basinikwa-ke leso statement leso sakhe uLieutenant Colonel Mthethwa.
I'll find it and be specific in terms of the index number, my lord. It is 217, the index number 8217. That is Angel Mthethwa. U-8217.
U-8217 lowo kubhalwe ke enje inkululeko mthethwa.
No, it's not. Yes, that's the one, my lord. Indeed, 8217. That's it. And it was discovered, my lord.
Okay.
Abameli basinikezwa leso statement leso.
Okay.
It-
Now,
just to put it